What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So today we are looking at Team of the Week 22. There are some absolute monsters in this team, so stay tuned for an in-depth analysis on each card. Alright guys, so we are taking a look at Team of the Week 22 here on Footbin, of course. Again, if you're up at the top row here and go to squads, you can select Team of the Week 22. It'll bring you right to this page. There are some monster names in here. Mbappe, Yedder, even Sergio Ramos is a big name. Ducore is even a big name. Dion. Those are probably the big five, but you've also got an 88 Alberto, you've got an 86 Kostic, an 87 DeVries, a Lala here for 17K. I actually got him in my red player picks. I am recording this just before it goes live, so I'm going to edit it up and throw it live as soon as I can on Thursday morning. I also got, there's a striker with Richarlison that actually looks like a decent card, 83 physical with 87 pace. A Renato Sanchez that looks like a good card as well. Yeah, there are a lot of good cards in this week, in this Team of the Week. And some people are speculating maybe that means we get a Team of the Week SBC. We haven't yet so far. Maybe over the weekend we will, given that Prime Icons are going to be coming in. Prime Icon Moments, sorry, are going to be coming in. It's a good time for that to be happening if they release Prime Icon Moments at the same time as Winter Ones to Watch, because that Ones to Watch program might be a little weak, headlined by people like Christian Eriksen and things like that. They might be more apt to release something together. But anyway, we are talking about the Team of the Week. Hopefully there is a Team of the Week SBC, and if there is, it will likely drive the prices of these cards down. So just keep that in mind as we are talking about it. It will drive prices down if we do get a Team of the Week SBC. It will... People like this, Quaison, because he's 84 rated, or Rulli, because he's 84 rated and fairly cheap. If we do get a big SBC that requires an Inform or two, those guys will go way up. It's also important to keep in mind, like, some of these lower ones will go up over time. Like this Renato Sanchez for 10K. I know he has a Footmas version, but he's not a bad... the Footmas version isn't even that much better, to be honest. Has the same dribbling and physical. So, but for 10,000 coins, even 11,000 coins, picking up this central midfielder with a certain chemistry style on him, he goes up to an 87 cam, 87 cm, 86 cam, 86 cm. Like he can get almost every stat over 80 with a simple chem style, every face stat except for defending there. What about something like Anchor? Anchor could be really good on him too. It gives him a solid pace of 87 as well as good defending and good physical, great physical, to be honest with you. So if you use him defensively, that's an option as well. His dribbling at 83 and balance of 97. This is actually a really good card. 4-star, 4-star as well. So I think this is probably going to go up over time. You know, they periodically release Ligue 1 first owner icon swaps, that's what it's called. So if you pack him, I might hang on to him as well, but he could be a good investment. He'll go up, I predict that he'll go up to 13, 14, 15K within a week or two. So you pick up one, just club stock it, throw it in your club, forget about it, and when he's 15K in a couple of weeks, you've made the easiest 5K you'll make all year. We also have, who catches my eye the most? Obviously Mbappe with 99 pace, 91 shooting, and 94 dribbling is just a ridiculous striker. Honestly, this card is probably... So it's about half the price of the Team of the Year, okay? Team of the Year is obviously far, far better because you get the +9 physical, the +7 passing, and even the +5 shooting, and +4 dribbling. Holy cow. Actually, this card is just bananas. But this card's going to do a good job for you as well for half of the price. So... if you're interested in the top tier market, this is one of the best strikers in the game. 4-star weak foot, 5-star skills. Top tier strikers, you're not going to do a lot better than this Mbappe. So, yeah, I really have to say that that if you're in the market for a top tier striker, this is the guy to go for. He will continue to go down. Like if you look at his 92, that was also at striker and not that much worse. It was a 2.3 million coin card when it came out. Oh, interesting. And when it came out, it was 2.47, so it went down 150K. Because, well, actually, okay, so when it was out originally, like as if I was recording now, it came out at 2.9, went down to 2.5, continued to go down to 2.3. Okay, so it lost about 200K. Now, if you're looking at the Mbappe from this team of the week, I think he's probably too expensive at 2.7, but if he comes down to like 2.5-ish range, that's when you want to jump on it, because he will be a really, really good card to use. Maybe not as great on the investment front. Ben Yedder's an interesting card because he does have this headliner now as well as a player of the month, and he'll probably get a winter upgrade as well. So if his 83 card gets bumped up to an 85, that means this inform becomes an 86, this one becomes an 87, the current one becomes an 88, his headliner becomes an 89? I thought he got a headliner. He doesn't have a headliner? Why am I crazy? Why is everything show? Oh, he has a ones to watch, not a headliner. Ones to watch. So his ones to watch as well as his current inform will become an 88. So it's interesting. So this ones to watch is 685. So let's take a look. He's gone up 150K in a day since he got out into Team of the Week. But what's really interesting is how inflated the inform is, because everybody knows that when he gets his upgrade, the 87 is going to match the ones to watch, and both will go up. So I'd stay away from this guy as far as investments. After he gets upgraded, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually crashes, just because he's inflated, because everyone's anticipating that winter refresh upgrade. Let's take a look at Decore now. I did promise we would look at every player, so we will try to do that. He's about 100K. His previous inform is about 37K, but look at the upgrade on that. +3 pace, +3 shooting, +2, +2, +2, +2 everywhere else. It puts him into a realm of few other midfielders where he's got a lot of stats above 80. Even if you look at his individual stats, look at his individual defensive stats. 88 interceptions, 85 defensive awareness, 89 stand tackle, 81 slide tackle. That is phenomenal defensive stats. That gets boosted nearly to max, and some to max, with just an anchor chemistry style, which also makes his physicals up there in the elite range with 88 strength, 91 aggression, and 85 jumping, and gives him good enough pace, as well as solid reactions, which is important for if you're going to use him defensively, and good enough passing stats at 87 and 80. He can also crack off some long shots with 91 and 82. So he actually looks like a really, really good card. 3-star, 3-star, but that's fine for a defensive player. Look at that 90 CDM rating and a 91 center back rating. So he actually would do a great job for you. 100K might be a little bit expensive. He did start at 124 yesterday. This card, if you look at his previous inform, just for an idea of how it might react, came out at 55, went as low as 40 that week. Then up to 72 when people realized he was good, and then back down, up and down, up and down. And now, of course, he went from 50K down to whatever he is now, 37K. So this card, I expect to do a similar thing. Will probably, especially if that Team of the Week SBC gets released, will probably go down before it goes back up at some point. So just keep an eye on this card. Look for that low point. Probably it's going to be Monday or Tuesday towards the end of the end of their time in Team of the Week. So definitely take a look at that. Let's look at this Kostic. Another one that was an 82 rated card, got an 84 inform, and then now has an 86 inform. Now this, I believe, is being valued at fodder rate. So an 86 inform for 25,000 coins is probably a good-ish deal. I mean, you should wait. You should get them as low as you can. Let's can we search by informs? Let's look at players, because I believe there's a few like inform potential fodders. So if we look at version, gold informs, and then we look at rating, if we can find it, min rating 86, max rating also 86. And we'll filter by that. He's likely the cheapest one, right? So if we order by price reversed, not that way, reverse. Plea and Caustic are the two cheapest ones, and they actually link to each other. Interestingly enough. So I would definitely try and pick one of those up. Keep an eye on him, and pick one up when you can. Now, DeVries is interesting as well because he's also in the team of the week. So if we give him a click, now his 86 is one of the cheapest on the market still, but his 87's got to be one of the cheapest informs on the market as well for that rating. But he's now broken the 70 pace and 72 dribbling barrier. So obviously his agility and balance still isn't great, but his defensive stats are elite and his pace is quite good. So if you give him a shadow, he's got good enough dribbling to get by, max out defensive stats, and pace over 81 with good physical as well. So he's not a bad option. 30K might be a little bit expensive for me, but if it's a sort of club stock thing and then you just use them in Serie A teams or Dutch teams or whatever, I'm not sure you can go too wrong with that De Vries there. This Volland I actually really like as a card. So I know he's a little bit slow, but 87 shooting. When you're talking in this price range for about 10K, 87 shooting, there can't be that many cards that have that. Does just have the 3-star skills, which isn't great, but he does have good dribbling skills and good shooting skills. So if you wanted to use him as something like a cam and gave him something like a maestro, maxes out his shot power, almost maxes his long shots, short passing up over 93, does have the 4-star weak foot, so he can spray passes with either foot, does give him 88 vision as well, and pretty solid dribbling stats at 89 overall in the face card. With 2 stats getting up over 90 or up at 90. So he could be definitely a good look. Because his shooting so high already, another option would be to increase the pace, increase the dribbling stats in a different way, which is actually probably more beneficial with engine. He could be a good look there. You see 87 center forward, 87 cam, 87 rated player for 13K. Not a bad look there. He'll probably go down before he goes up. I expect him to be available. He's actually 14,750. I do expect him to be available more like 12.5 on either pretty easy snipes or bidding. So we've gone through all these attackers here. Let's look at Dion. Now, I am releasing a Team of the Year review on Dion tomorrow. So keep that in mind. This is an 87 inform. It has affected the 86. It's gone down a little bit. But his ones to watch is not significantly, again, as we see with Ben Yedder, not significantly more expensive than this inform is. So if you're interested in using it, I would probably recommend going for the ones to watch. It has more fluctuations in price, so you can probably get a little lower and settle on a little higher if you wanted to. Dribbling stats are really, really good. Passing stats are really, really good. If you wanted to give an engine to just make his strong stats even stronger, you can get him up to a 91 CM. Look at all those, not every dribbling stat of 90 or above, almost every passing stat in a really, really good place. 95 dribbling, 99, 99 in short and long passing. So shooting, obviously not great. Defending, he'll do enough of a job with those 83 interceptions, but he really should be used more as an attacking player, despite the defensive work rates. As I mentioned, I am releasing a review on this Dion where he has +7 pace, +19 shooting, +3 passing, +2 dribbling, +10 defending, and +11 physical. That's with an engine, so it might be a little different without it. But he's a phenomenal midfielder. I actually asked the question, is he the best midfielder in FIFA Ultimate Team? So you can see that answered if you check out the video tomorrow. Let's take a look at Luis Alberto. Now, Luis Alberto is a weird one. He's an 88 inform for 39K. He also has a headliner, and the headliner is not that much more expensive, and it's actually quite good. Now he's only 5K more expensive than his 87 inform. This isn't really a card a lot of people are going to use, but it's funny because a lot of people will use Dion, even though the stats are very similar. And in fact, Alberto has more shooting. Dion has 4 more pace, I believe. But Alberto has more shooting. Let's actually just do a quick comparison on those two cards. Just because it's been decided that Luis Alberto is not a meta player, people aren't going to use him. Even though we do a statistical comparison here, Jong does have more in-game stats because he's got the better defending, right? But if you're talking like a cam, just for example, Jong's got slightly more pace, but look at how much better his shooting is. It's astronomically better. He has better passing. Dribbling's close. Dion does have the edge, but it's not by much. Like +2 here, +4 here. Good amount in reactions, but only +1 dribbling. Composure is a big difference as well. And yes, Dion does have the physical and whatnot. But for this guy to go for minimum and this guy to go for over 4 times as much is a little confusing to me. But that's the way of the market. People have just decided they don't like Luis Alberto. I don't see him going down too much more, but an 88 inform at this price is never going to be a bad bet. Lala, I did mention I got in my red picks. Now, he does have this player moments card, which is, you know, a huge upgrade over this card. I don't see this card being very expensive, but it's not a bad card. So the reason I like getting him in my red picks is because I've always struggled at right back for Ligue 1. So now with an anchor at right back, 87 pace, 86 defending, 84 physical, along with 80 passing and 81 dribbling, he's going to be a great option over there. And I never have to worry about right back at in the Ligue 1 again. So for this cheap of a price, not a bad move. We've already gone over De Vries, so let's take a look at Ramos. Now, this Ramos might be a card I'm interested in picking up to use in Weekend League. 75 pace, 71 shooting. 71 shooting on a center back is quite good, along with 77 passing, 78 dribbling. But where he really excels is in this defensive stats and his physical stats. Now, if we give him an anchor, brings him to 80 pace with almost maxed out defensive and physical stats, which is crazy. If we give him the big pace boost to 87 pace, still has 97 defending, which is even better. Almost every stat maxed out again. But if we give him something that doesn't give him pace, which I do think he probably does need pace, but look at that agility. Actually, let's just reset it quick. 82 agility and 91 reactions is really, and 88 composure, really quite good for a center back. I'm interested to try him. I may end up going with either the Team of the Year nominee or the Team of the Group Stage card, just because I don't. I'm not sure if I could sell this one on for a profit. I'm glad I didn't buy the Team of the Group Stage one because I was actually thinking about buying this card. Let's see how much he's plummeted. So he was 223, sorry, now he's 205. So he did plummet about 20K. Yeah, the Ramos is a tough one. He'll continue to go down just because there are better options in the league. Like even Varane is a far better option. He's on the same team. So this is getting to be a bit of a long video, so I will just do a quick overview of people on the bench here. Gaston Ramirez, not a bad option at cam with 80 shooting, 83 pace, and 84 dribbling. If you are looking to do Mexican icon swaps games with the Mexican-American team, this guy plays in the Mexican League. Not a horrible card if you can get your hands on him for 10K or you pack him or something like that. This Barrow has really good pace, but otherwise not a great card. Anything else stand out to me here? I have to say not really, other than this Richarlison, which we talked about already. And that Sanchez, which we talked about as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of insight about what cards might be good, how prices might move a little bit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving us a like or a subscription to the channel if you are new around here. Again, make sure you stick around if you're listening to this. Stick around for another 5 seconds just for those end cards. It'll suggest a video just for you, and it will also show you my latest video on the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye.